It's a game. Alright.
Oh man.
Yep, and it looks like we're up. So we're streaming. Hello everyone, QCG.
Hey everyone.
Alright, we're gonna full screen this.
We're going to play Game of the Year 2017.
Totally.
Wait, the
Oh,
stream?
sorry. Yeah, the stream's on. I have to turn it off. I'll keep an eye on it on
The phone, yeah.
on my laptop. Alright.
Press Alt Enter to go full
So
screen.
we have a
Alt
guest.
Enter.
Alt enter.
We have special guest
Yeah.
Jay over here.
Who's from Eng?
I'm feeling kind of nervous because
It's just mouse control stuff.
Yeah, you just like click.
the game is not suitable for children or those who are easy. Oh god. Oh my
Okay, I
god.
agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Just use a mouse.
Doki Doki Literature Club.
Get the volume a little up. IRL.
So you delete all the save data. So it's from the start. So it's new game.
You get it.
Alright. Got Jay up in here.
Hmm.
Feel free to read that aloud.
Oh sorry.
Feel free to read it out loud.
Okay.
Because I'm streaming everything.
I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase me after like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Sayori, ha ha. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Jay. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Oh, okay, whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Jay, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations, where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, okay, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl?
Oh yeah, no, this game is super anime.
More than that. I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her little head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Let's go. Anime club.
Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one who's left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm gonna join your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president.
I love this face. Like,
That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member.
sorry, stream. No one watching.
This game is actually kind of psychopathic. Like, it's like,
I haven't gotten to it yet.
it's like who is this girl? She's like a stalker.
Let me get to my stream happening. Yeah, the game's wrong, so let me just fix it.
Who's your daddy?
That was the last game we played.
Who's your daddy?
Yeah, I'll say that later.
We don't have any time to explain what your daddy is.
Oh, we can. Oh, next time. Then.
Actually, we can do the stream as well. So, in case you guys aren't aware, Who's Your Daddy is the game we're playing right now.
No, it's not. Yeah.
And click on done and not cancel.
Oh, maybe I did that,
Yeah. Also, we're watching the stream. In the stream,
Oh, maybe I did that.
we're going into recursion now.
Yep. Going deep, Leo. It's not changing. That's so weird. No, it's not going to go recursion because it's only recording the window. That's really weird.
Refresh. Why is the window so small?
Yeah, maybe I'll. Oh, that's really weird. What's happening here? Yeah, it went crazy. Sorry, guys.
Wait, you didn't notice that when you?
No, it was fine before. It's really weird. Okay. Okay, technical difficulties. Oh, that's fixed now. The first part's fixed. Not the second part.
The name of the title is Doki Doki. Okay.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Doki Doki, son of artichoke.
It's gonna change.
Okay, that's fine. Alright, we're good.
Honestly, this game seems like a little.
Alright, go back to
Alright.
Look at the stream.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Look at the stream.
Yeah, I'm not watching it.
I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's just so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, opens the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Huh? I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Jay, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. Okay, all words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. So sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think that she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Jay. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other, well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year.
Okay, so which one of these girls you like the most?
Monica.
Nice.
Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little, you too, Monica. Come sit down, Jay. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still, feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Ooh-ah! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icings, and pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talked with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Ah, I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Huh? That's not. Insulted Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori.
Them girls got me to literature club.
Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicly and how to prepare and publicity and how to prepare for events.
This is a
Wait,
great club,
did
though.
you realize, Yanni? She didn't like the arguments in the debate club.
Which is about arguing. Like,
Oh.
What's the point?
It's so dumb.
I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
Right-clicking actually closes everything.
Oh, sorry about that. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that
Just grab my attention.
you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different.
So we game that episode?
No. Imagine,
Such
imagine
different
this
girls.
was like him trolling, and there was actually nothing wrong with the game until you get to the end and you just continue.
No, it's not. It's an actual horror gameplay.
Go for it.
Wait, no way. This isn't a horror game.
This is a horror game. It's 100% a horror game.
We
Like
don't-
ghosts. Be honest.
No, just
Just
continue.
play. Just play.
Okay, I'm starting to get
Just
fucking
don't get
scared.
around.
Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Oh my god, this is actually starting to get scary. 4 psychopaths.
Why is it scary?
Monica.
Wait, which girl do you like the most again? Monica?
Yeah, this one.
Oh, that's you.
Oh, that's Yuri.
I like her, yeah.
Good choice.
Monica must have worked really hard just to find these 3. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Jay, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read over these past few years, I don't really have a good idea of answering that. Manga! I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
There you go.
I read a horror book once.
Same.
Now I'm starting to get scared.
Yeah.
I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you.
You switch to southern accent.
This one, I don't even know what to say.
Malay.
I guess you could say that. But if story makes me think.
No, just continue the game with this
Korean
accent.
accent, please.
No, continue the game with this accent. The stream needs it.
But if a story makes me think, or it takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes died over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine, fine. Aha, your cupcakes, your poems. I'm so, I don't even know. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? No, no. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yori? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica.
Quizzically.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help all of us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Jay? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. I don't like you. Hold on. There's still one problem. I like her, but whatever. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry. I thought, huh? Jay? You all. Oh, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Whoa, that just got next level. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I will join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed.
But that's exactly what I came for.
Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Jay, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Jay, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls, Sayori, Natsuki, Yori, and of course Monica.
It's like an entire attack.
Will I really be happy spending pretty much?
Yeah.
Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight.
Okay, so now you're gonna write a poem.
Alright, so basically, okay, read it.
Pick words you think.
Basically, yes, pick words. So, which girl do you like the best?
Yuri.
Okay, so you
like
wanna pick words
darker
that match
words,
her.
like darker words, like Inferno. If you go for Inferno, like probably Yuri's gonna like it.
Yeah, so Yuri. So
Yeah,
you
so
want.
like she darker words.
You want to choose words that you think your favorite girl will like.
Oh.
Monica's not an option, as
Oh,
you can
okay.
see. So when they jump up, means they like that word. So Yuri likes like darker, more complicated words, and often like with darker tones.
Like uncontrollable.
Natsuki likes cuter words, and then Sayori like sort of cute. Sayori and Natsuki are hard to guess, but like Yuri, you'll know. Yeah. Not marshmallow.
I'm so happy.
Depression would be Yuri.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, wait, depression is Sayori. Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so happy. All I want is Yuri, man. I don't want those.
Like tragedy.
I don't want those.
Tragedy is Yuri.
Tragedy or variance. Either word. Oh really?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you always have to guess sometimes.
Yeah.
Her fate? Oh, what the?
I'll say Sayori is kind of like a mix of Yuri and Natsuki, which is why it's hard to guess.
Whoa.
Horror.
What? Okay.
Just choose horror.
I want to see what the hell happened.
Yeah, see, Yuri likes horror because she talked about it, right?
Yeah, she likes horror books, right?
Okay, now I'm starting to get scared. Maybe I don't want.
Unrestrained.
I'm just gonna go random. From here on, I'm gonna let luck decide my fate.
I don't know. Headphones. Why?
At this point, I don't really want her anymore. I just wanna.
Determination.
I'm scared. I don't want a horror, man. That's gonna be scary as hell.
No, it's not gonna be scary. Every girl is cute. And oh my god.
Hi again, Jay. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Jay. I hope this wasn't way too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature where you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Shout out to Harrison's Linux builds.
Don't worry, guys. Jay always gives it his best as long as he's having fun.
Minecraft is a good game.
He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking and cleaning my room. Oh, you're freaking kidding me. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. Wait, is she my sister?
No, she's your neighbor.
Oh, okay.
Your family member.
And you almost set your house on fire once?
Don't worry, there's no incest in this game.
Is that so?
It's not incest.
What's incest?
It's like when you have sexual relations with like a really close relative.
Or
Sibling, parent, your first cousin. No.
Oh my god.
Not really.
I was gonna be like, holy shit. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come you and Jay can become good friends too? Sayori. Huh? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori. Huh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read.
illiterate.
And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much.
You know, like, because you chose Yuri word so much that, like, now you're hanging out with her.
Yeah, this is what it does.
Yeah.
Let's hang out with that girl.
Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet.
Because that's where the anime collection is. I mean, the manga collection.
Oh my god. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more.
Seriously, the anime is TV.
But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. Wait, who did you guys get for the first time?
Which girl?
Yeah.
I got you. I'm going for Yuri.
Sayori.
Oh, you got Yuri too?
Well, like it's you. After you write your first poem, it goes. You have an extended conversation with whoever you target the poem towards. Whoever the most words. Yeah. Whichever girl like the most words.
I went for Sayori.
Yeah, I went for Yuri.
But that's only because I knew what the game was gonna be. So.
Oh.
Wait, what is this game called again?
Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh my god, Doki Doki Literature
I would
Club.
be speedrun.
Yeah, you guys want to speedrun?
It's not hard to speedrun. There's no skill involved in this game. This is play.
I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine.
Speedrunning who's your daddy.
If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But
You just exit the room, go down the vent, get a fork or knife, put it in the outlet, GG.
Yeah.
But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Uh-huh. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Ah, well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's this about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of...
Yeah, read this carefully. Read this carefully.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Man.
No, this
Doesn't really give anything away.
no, this text actually gives it right.
Does it?
Yeah.
Read it.
Oh god, I'm starting to get scared. I'll maintain some distance. Portrait of...
Nothing's gonna happen right now.
Yeah. There's an eye symbol in the front cover.
There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Oh man, this is starting to get scary. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about a girl in a high school who moves in with her long lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison.
This doesn't have anything to do.
I know.
That's the theory behind the game.
I know it has something to do with something else.
It has nothing to do with what you're gonna see in the game. We're gonna actually see in the game.
Okay, now I'm actually starting to get really scared. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Aha! Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. What the hell is wrong with
She
this girl?
giggles over a horror story. Just like we are.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Jay? No, it's not that. Of course I am. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
So you like Yuri now? No.
No, hate her.
Okay.
I hope so.
Switching berries.
Okay,
Yeah,
what are you
man.
gonna switch to?
Berry switch.
I guess Monica.
You can't target post with one. It's only
Yeah.
say or you know.
But you can love her in your mind, I guess.
Definitely not
That's what
Natsuki, so that other girl. I don't even know what her name is. Definitely not the manga girl. That girl's like,
Natsuki.
she's weirdo.
She's
Yeah. I
No, wait. She's actually quite buff. I'll be honest. She's gonna like wait a second.
Squirrel.
How's she buff?
It's a meme. Don't worry.
Oh no, wait a second.
She's like a twig.
That's not from the game. It's a meme.
Yeah, that's an edited picture.
That's edited. It's not right. Don't worry.
Yeah.
That's the real one right there.
I totally
Imagine she comes up and says to me,
Squirrel.
what do you do?
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. See, she's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plan.
If you think about it, it's just like this game. No? Yeah.
Don't spoil it.
I'm rambling, aren't I? It's actually get scared. No, again, I'm sorry.
You can't, you know.
Okay, don't apologize. Oh my god. I haven't lost interest or anything.
You're not there. Don't worry.
Well, so it gets scarier than this.
It's not scary at all.
Yeah.
It's because we told you, you're reading way too much right now. You'll know.
That story was
You'll
weird.
know.
I guess it's alright then. But how long do you guys want to play until today? I can probably do until like 2 max.
2.
But if you guys want to do it,
How long do you think we're away from the target?
I guess you can just give it an hour. No, actually not that much. Like it'll be like 1.5 hours. Yeah.
I was just
Yeah,
playing.
just keep things.
Okay. I'm actually starting to get so scared.
Choose a little late.
This is a scare. Go on.
But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. Oh, sorry, I'm just gonna move back. This girl's creeping me out now.
Why? She's just like a regular old cute anime girl.
I
Should I ask
can't.
Jared? Wants to join us?
Huh?
Should I ask Jared? Who wants to come?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
can you guys, Jared? Like, I need some moral support here.
Oh, you never played the game. I did.
Oh my god. I need to know. I'm dying.
No.
This is,
No, you need a genuine reaction on stream.
I get fake reactions too.
No. No. Genuine reactions I
I'll
know.
never find this man.
I think he's sleeping.
I did.
Oh man, it's 12 o'clock? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's right down. Anyways, that's it.
12 o'clock. Okay, go on.
I kind of forgot to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry.
Okay, if you wanna skip anything she says, you can press skip, I guess.
No, don't skip.
Okay,
You want to get to know the characters.
okay.
It's okay, I don't like this character anymore.
No, you still want to read chess.
Okay, it's true.
That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Ah, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. Aha, what are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Ah, alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I
She's
do?
Canadian confirmed.
Huh?
She's Canadian confirmed.
What?
Yuri is Canadian confirmed. She
Oh,
apologizes a
Come
lot.
on, man.
I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Ah ha ha. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and the forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again,
4 days including the first
and her
one?
eyes meet.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes
So is it the 4th day
you a
when it
bit
happens or
longer.
the 5th day when it happens?
Oh shit, no, actually fourth, no.
Okay.
No,
It's
fifth day.
you.
Fourth day will be, the house.
Go on.
Okay, now I'm starting to get fucked.
It was like talking, you know you were talking.
It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue
But like
reading.
Erica got there in an hour of streaming. He read too fast.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, you get
Don't read too fast though. Then you don't get the.
But like he got an authentic reaction. I don't know, just keep going.
Oh,
But like a little faster.
Oh god. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me. So I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Do you think so? Okay, this is a really bad sign. How does she? Well,
that ties into the theory, right?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. Yo, okay, I just have one question. So when the scary part comes, does the music change?
After it happens.
Yeah,
You'll see it, then the music starts. But, yeah.
Yeah,
the music's just like,
I'm sorry, I'm so scared.
Also, if you've got like this colorful RGB graphics card, it's not just stroke.
No, I'm not doing that. It's on regular stroke.
Yeah, we
I'm
can
scared.
we can lower the sound if you guys want.
No, it's not scary music. You can keep
I mean,
it.
it's scary. It's not jump scare kind of scary. It's scary music. It's not like.
No, it's not scary music. No, okay, you can carry on.
Just play it. It's not for a while anyway.
It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Jay, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Ugh, that's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing.
Actually, it's just a fun thing, kind of thing.
I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Ah, what are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time that we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Ah, Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright, I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
What's gonna happen now? Yeah. Hold on.
Nothing that happened. Just reading.
Yeah.
It's like scaring us so much.
You'll really know it.
I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration because I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's read, why don't you find someone to share with? I can wait. I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. Oh, on the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself.
So choose you wanna.
You can read to Monica first, probably. Yeah.
Yesterday she seemed. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi, Jay. Having a good time so far? Oh, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like news activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring these things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ah ha ha ha. Don't worry, Jay. We're all a little embarrassed, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Jay. I was going in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep.
Remaking this game.
I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. Aha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe her happiness and sadness. Yuri likes when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or by letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, with which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning, and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things.
You're funny. It's about this game. It's one of like, can't see.
Oh, come on, let me see.
No, you can't see.
I'm so scared. That's the best way to
Let's see.
Yeah.
find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not very good. Well, that's because I sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction.
The poems don't match actually.
Yeah, can I please skip this? I don't want to read this nonsense.
Skip it. Click outside.
Actually, I mean,
No,
it does matter.
not this one.
It does hint at it.
No.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna read Yuri's though.
You don't need to read it.
No, I probably don't need to read yours.
Why?
This is kind of boring.
No, just don't read poems until the thing happens. Continue.
No, the next one. Maybe.
No.
So what do you think? It's very freeform if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of. So wait, I just have one question. Is this game more of like psychologically
Yes.
fucked up experience or horror like ghost shit?
No, it's psychological.
Okay, that's scary. Actually, that's better than a ghost. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays.
I don't think so.
Don't tell me this is some sort of like.
There's a ghost. There is? Actually, no, that's not a ghost exactly.
No.
I'll explain to you what I was trying. No, I'll explain to you what I was thinking about. It could be a ghost. So like, yeah, you can continue.
You're scared of that.
That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was my inspiration? Behind this one. Well, I'm not sure I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Oh my god, this is actually really boring.
So you skip the poem part?
Yeah, skip.
Yeah, something
Skip the
like
poem
that.
part if you don't care about the poem.
Yeah, actually, just skip this entire part of the cutscene because it's all stupid. You can press the skip button.
Skip.
There's a skip button next to audio.
Actually, no, just keep clicking. It's
Okay, click
almost
it.
done.
Keep clicking.
Alright, who's next?
Just keep clicking for everybody, actually. You're not gonna need it. Wait. Read your phone. No, read your phone.
Huh?
Read your phone. Read your phone.
Exceptional. What was that? Could I skip this too?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you really want to get to the part, sure.
Yeah, actually. I'll be honest.
Are you invested enough in the characters?
He is quite invested, to be honest.
I'm just scared that a freaking like random ass ghost with a fucking like horn's gonna show up and scare the shit out of me.
Do you read my message?
Yeah, it's not.
Okay,
Oh
cool.
guys, please don't like scare me in the back or something.
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh.
Or you guys, it's gonna show up a ghost and you guys are gonna be like, I'm just gonna be
There's no ghost.
There is no ghost. It was basically me asking him if it is a ghost and him saying no. Yeah.
yeah, I'm skipping this nonsense.
Yeah, we don't care about this. Are you still invested in any of the girls? Do I give you them?
I like Yuri. I don't know, like her purple hair is just like it's unique. I don't know. She just seems kind of psychopathic, but like.
Yeah, read a poem. I think that this poem is pretty good.
The tendrils of my hair illuminates beneath the amber glow. Bathing? It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green. Okay, yeah, that doesn't matter. Screw that.
Click out of the poem.
Off the page,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna skip this nonsense. This music's so like happy. I don't know. I feel like this entire game's like a practical joke. Like it's gonna be like this entire. It's gonna be like this the entire time. I feel like you guys are just fooling me.
It's not a practical joke.
Before.
Actually, no way. It could be a practical joke after
Yeah,
you
if
see
you don't
his
tell,
face.
if you don't tell a person, if you start the title screen before the easily disturbed part,
And then
they
just
have
gives
no
the
clue.
thing to
That's a
them.
dick thing to do. You shouldn't do that. Like, just in case.
Just go on.
Like, you always saw like it's not for children. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you start the game without someone seeing it, and then you make them play it from there, like you know something's gonna happen, right? So like, yeah, it's just fun.
Okay. Can I skip this?
Let's get that. Like,
Is yours?
no, it's not fun.
Why do these girls talk? Why do
We
they
talk about poems and shit.
Again,
Literature
this
club.
game is about fun and chit chat.
And dating. Literature
You
club.
can read that from me, dear sunshine.
Yeah, I don't want to read that.
I want breakfast.
Oh, this is horrible. Kissing my forehead? What sort of? Do you think I'm your dad? Like what?
You are her daddy.
No, stop right there. Don't give my DMs, don't exist. Don't worry.
Wait.
That's not fair. It's 100%.
Is one of the antagonists of this game a psychopathic father?
No.
Oh, okay.
No psychopathic father, but there has
No. It's not important.
Yeah. Like Natsuki's
No,
parents actually.
don't say
Natsuki's parents actually are.
It's supposed to be strict.
Yeah, they're quite strict.
Not psychopath.
Yeah.
Stop saying shit.
But that's not even an important plot point to begin with.
Yeah, you could probably tell her parents are like abusive just by the way she acts. So I'm gonna skip
No,
her too.
like it's a malnutrition, which is why she's so short.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. Okay, yeah, that looks horrible.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry Natsuki, I feel really bad that your parents do that, but like unfortunately I can't really change your life, so I'm just gonna skip this and save my life.
I mean, if you can change your life by playing a game, carry on.
Fuck, I'm starting to get scared.
You can change your life.
I glance around the room. Can I skip this too?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
No, this is just. I'd read it. Might as well.
Read it?
Now you can read it. Yeah.
Okay.
Might as well read.
They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with the language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly abandoned about the feeling of giving up.
Oh.
How can that be cute?
Yeah.
I can skip it?
No.
I want to read this.
You're not gonna get screwed by this one. It just you should know what's happening.
Yeah.
You just want to know what's you want to know what they're doing. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Just for future reference, you want to read this.
okay. I just meant.
You don't know when shit goes down.
Do I have to read it out loud?
Just quickly.
Okay. The language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Jay did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I didn't expect to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Jay liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki's. Oh, I'm scared.
The music just stopped. What's wrong with that?
Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh. Huh, that scared me. I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
They're fighting each other.
That's not what I. You're just. Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Jay appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of the way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ugh. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Jay started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... Oh my god, this game's That doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned toward me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Jay! She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over here herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? That meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Jay. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Jay? Well, uh, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, that's gonna be Yuri. What? I picked Yuri!
Oh,
Oh, Natsuki, you're right that I like your poem. See? Wait, that's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri, huh? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret I was impressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it. And it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki feels threatened when you said her poem's cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. Yeah. Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized, don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenched her fist. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped, and at this point being defiant, and only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Um, Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sorry, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Mitsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Mitsuki, she really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Sigh. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Jay. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club right now. Oh, it's nothing. One more thing. The one thing that Natsuki said. Oh, I thought she made a face of it. About, I would never do anything so shameful. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. So, huh? What thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm gonna go make some tea. Ah, good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Jay, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone.
Not that you didn't skip it or anything.
Awesome.
Good.
Yeah. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learned something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. Jay. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Jay. Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayuri beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayuri and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either.
That's like 30,000 double negatives. You can't really say I'm not.
Sayuri, about what happened earlier? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just want your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Jay, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the book. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you, too. That's... Every day is gonna be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I passed Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this.
Can you try to pick words that would be for Natsuki?
Okay.
Okay, so like cute words, I'll say. Papa.
Oh, Papa.
Okay.
Vanilla? No.
Family.
No. Are we doing Natsuki?
Rose. Yeah, we're doing Natsuki.
Oh, do you want Natsuki?
Yeah.
Sure.
Natsuki.
What's the least scariest option?
Natsuki.
Actually, right now it doesn't matter.
Come on, do
It
Natsuki.
won't affect it right now. You can do Natsuki right now. Sure.
Okay.
So like, try going for cute words, I'll say.
You're getting all the Sayori.
Flower.
Oh my god, it's all Sayori. Try child.
Cutie.
Yeah, there you
Pink.
go. Silly. Yeah. Doki Doki.
Doki Doki.
Doki Doki. Fluffy. Poof. Yeah.
Sweets for the sweet. Oh, could I skip this, please?
Really sucks.
I guess we could stop now.
I'm gonna stop.
I guess. Okay, fine. Continue.
You gonna read it?
Oh, yes, sorry. I just wanted to look at it. Ah. Sarah nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. Aha, I knew it. I can see right through you,
You could
Sayori.
just ask a girl with a
That's-
purse. It's okay.
That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some.
What a hard ass.
But there's one more thing. You're always hungry, and so that only leaves one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. Feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel
Whoa.
guilty. Ah, Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? Oh, sorry, man. Ah, I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Jay to let me borrow some money. That's... Don't get me involved like that, Sayuri. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. ah, did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed from my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's the fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the retribution. That. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Aha. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have to come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So, I tricked Mitsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Fap. Yeah. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow. What was... Huh? A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my retribution. Retribution. Restitution. Actually, that one almost worked. Aha. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Aha. Mitsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. So good. Muff. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands into her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers, but yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Oh. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Uh-huh. Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she... How did you guys make it past this? Like, it actually gets so boring after a while.
I enjoyed it. I got invested in the characters.
Seriously,
But I also knew that was a horror game. I didn't know, like, I knew what you know. I knew that something's gonna go down. I know what's gonna go down. So.
yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
So I was in your position. But I got invested in the characters. I was like, yeah, might as well.
By the end of the game, what were your thoughts? Be honest. No, don't spoil it. Say it.
I was like scarred for life. Not for life. I was scarred for a day.
Go.
Okay.
Fudge. She has a... I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try not to get invested. I really could not care less about these two, but that one is a different case, but still, I'm gonna try not to. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend. So you're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano?
Slightly.
I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. Yo, I can't skip this part.
You can.
Okay.
You think so? Yeah. Wait, do you notice the music kind of glitched out? Oh,
It did.
it did.
What?
Okay, that's okay. It's a little important.
Yeah.
Wait, what day is this?
3.
So when does it get?
Not important.
Carry on.
You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collections organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. One of those things. You can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person
No, but
stands.
she's like clearly into it.
How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga and mist, a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves.
Yeah, we caught up with the stuff.
Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is.
Yeah.
Natsuki snatches it out of my hand.
No, this
She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that I feel. I get a closer look at the box she's admiring. Parfait, girls. It's a series I've never heard in my life. Okay, is that right? Can I get my water in my room? Yeah, I'm literally dying right now upstairs. Thank you so much.
Don't run away.
Oh no, I promise, I'm not running.
He's gonna
No, okay. I'm actually dying.
Don't judge it.
What's upstream? Let's check out. Make sure the stream's running properly while Jay's out. Oh, shout out to Noah for making our new Queen's Computing Gaming logo. You can see at the top left. It's kind of cool. Let's fix the camera. Again, screen.
Also, shout out to Jay for being a lab nut for today.
Yeah.
Playing the
Oh yeah,
series.
I'm so sorry. Didn't fast. Oh shoot! I moved the thing. I'm so sorry. That's good.
If this is your first time watching this game, trust us. This is probably the best game we've played in 2017.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Whoa, what just happened?
I just went to the stream software. I didn't touch it.
Oh, I thought that looked like someone else for a second. It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic, or it's simply terrible.
It's something terrible.
If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anyone. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Jay. Consider this a lesson from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, I feel like that's gonna be really important in this game.
That's a good one.
Fuck. In fact, pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. Shoves the book right into my hands. Okay, could I skip this part?
No, read what the book descriptions first.
Ah, I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses.
Sound familiar?
Yeah,
4 girls?
it's exceedingly moe.
Moe. It's like cute. Yeah.
Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why is that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this.
So let's be close together.
Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry, I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. If only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space. While she hopes that way, I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then. Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? But nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for writing to be entertaining, though to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning's about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like,
did you notice the similarities between this and this game?
Yeah.
They're all obsessed with you, yeah. Okay.
Like when they all get into like when they get into all their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really when it gets good. There's so many touching parts. Is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't yet seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but there's a lot of baking in this manga. Is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't matter, I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like, I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that's impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? We were on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Could I skip this part?
I guess, yeah.
You may want to see this. That's what I remember.
Even though
She
you're...
looks disturbingly young in this picture.
Yeah, it's actually starting to creep me.
Yeah.
Even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that, if you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't. That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Can you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like, I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet. Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitate toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it up in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it's paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Aha. Geez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. Ah ha ha. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky, but it gets especially bad when... Oh, I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone, but if she is not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that, and being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, the thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on. Oh, could I skip this part?
Yeah.
It's actually so much reading.
What else do you think about when you signed up for the literature club?
Yeah, sure. It is reading.
Oh, not again. I can't do this. Oh my god.
Can you skip through these ones?
Skip it.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm sorry.
Look at the poem for a second. Just make sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, really important. You're only here for 4 minutes. Oh, this actually does hint at something. It's the good, yeah. Wait,
Red?
read this one. You might get something out of it. If you don't, you'll know later. Yeah, it's the bread. It's bread one.
Oh god. So what's the bread supposed to mean?
I forgot.
You don't remember? What does it say? The poem. It makes it pretty clear in the poem. Well, I'll show you. I'll show you. If you know it, it makes it very clear. Oh, what's happening?
It sounded like pretty violent though.
You'll know when it happens. This is actually different happening. This one's less important.
Okay, I'm skipping that. Who got the time for that, huh?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, the ending better be really good to make up for this mess.
Just like halfway.
No.
Cosine, sine, cosine, tangent.
This seems pretty violent.
Ugly.
That's gonna be a next t-shirt. We just draw a Monica.
Sayore.
Diet chips.
Just remember, this was your day 3. You're going to day 4 tomorrow.
How many days are there?
Million.
No way.
Oh, just keep going.
No, day 4. This is day 3. It's day 3.
I pop off my scalp like a cookie jar.
This is not. Actually, is it?
This is 3.
This is probably not that.
Okay, I'm skipping that.
Look it up. Wait, read it.
Okay. Monica.
So they want to have a festival. There's like a club festival. And they want to like run like a poetry section of it, like for the literature club.
Monica, yeah, we're gonna be having a poetry performance. Each of us are gonna choose a poem to recite during the event. Well, the cool part is we're also gonna let everyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayuri's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayuri, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Oh no. It's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm good. There's no way I'm gonna be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Mitsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone. Yeah.
I guess we can just stop the stream after this day and then we can continue.
Could I skip this part, guys? I'll just read it in my head, this part.
Make sure like keep up the top.
Okay. My voice is gone at this point. So this game is called Doki Doki Literature Club. Doki Doki.
You can look up
Doki Doki's the onomatopoeia for in Japanese for like a heartbeat. It's like heartbeat.
I go look up the spoilers after you're done with the thing.
No. I actually want to like find out myself. I mean I didn't waste, but like this part's so boring. I just want to get to the good part.
You kind of need to know the context for it.
Okay.
Like, you have to know the characters if you have like a shot.
Yeah. How much longer is this part?
We're getting there. Alright, so it's like reading poems again.
Oh, okay.
But like they're reading it out loud, so it's like good to go. Oh yeah, after this is one. There are two. Wait.
There are no poems.
No, tomorrow is actually this is day 3, right? There is day 4 that's in the class. And day 5 is the weekend. And day 6.
This is day 4.
Is it day 4?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, yeah, true. Okay, I can see. Okay. So what was that?
Yeah, so you're almost done.
To the horror?
Get up out of the back.
You're almost done.
How much longer?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay.
I don't even tomorrow. No, we should stop right after it happens. And then we get like another. Because when it starts, it's like half the game's left. About.
We stop at the horror. We don't continue with that.
Seriously? It's that bad?
Wait,
Wait, no,
oh
there's.
no, after you're done like with the first horror part, you take a break to relax.
Wait, no, there has to be another day in the club. Because he had to choose who's one left. On the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you clicked to pass and choose an answer.
He chose that simply.
What?
Yeah, so she asked, you clicked like an answer. She asked if you had to choose between going home with her and going home with Natsuki, who would you go home with? You said Natsuki.
Oh. Oh man.
This is you wanna Sayori, Natsuki, or Yuri?
Yuri.
Yuri again?
I'm actually too sleepy right now. I have to go.
Right now? Oh,
I need to have medicine.
huh?
Going to sleep.
Why don't you just take home? It's like 10 minutes. Almost touched.
Holy crap, you know Yuri very well.
Yeah. Should we stop now?
Yeah.
Alright. We're gonna save. Let's click save real quick.
Oh.
Save button. Save button.
Save.
Just alright.
Yes, guys.
Alright, so next time.
This is actually starting to get interesting. I'm not even gonna lie.
Alright, so let's save. So let's quit.
I want to know what happened at this
Alright.
festival.
Next time on